Live from the Scruffy Womp Rat Cantina, this is Under the Twin Suns.
Hello, and welcome back to Under the Twin Suns from the Scruffy Womp Rat Cantina. First off, we want to give a quick shout out to appreciate everybody for all the support we've been getting lately. Subscribers are growing, views are growing, and comments are growing. We just really appreciate, and you're seen, and we appreciate you. It's me, Cole. I'm back with the three guys. Jonathan's off this week. He will be back for another video soon. So I got Steve, Ruben, and Chris with me here.
Hey guys.
Somehow Steve returned.
He's back.
What's up,
I still stand by my hot take that Rey did not ruin Star Wars. Palpatine returning did.
That's fair. That's fair.
Salvage is better anyway. I said it. So for our intro topic today, it's going to be a little continuation from last week's segment. You guys seem to really appreciate me crashing out about the market, and enjoying to listen to me rant. So guess what? I was telling the guys this in our pre-show discussion because we're pretty cool and we have pre-show discussions. I have no other words, but it's gotten worse somehow for Magic and Pokemon. So I'm sure for all my Pokemon people out there, they saw the articles and whatnot that I had seen this week confirming that, yes, indeed, one of the largest distributors of Pokemon in North America has been backdooring their product. Cole, what does this mean? It means that they are saying they were sold out and then marking it up another 20% and putting it on Walmart.com or similar places under different names. So basically, Pokemon, and then another thing happened the other day. For those of you who have heard me complain about it, you all know I'm sitting Journey Together out because I think it's stupid to pay $9 a booster pack, and I don't think the art's all that good. But Destined Rivals was announced and has shown the Team Rocket stuff, and in 2.5 minutes, every single ETB, box, and case was sold out on Pokemon Center. I've heard they're fixing the bot issues. And what was Pokemon's response? Ah, that's crazy. We're going to reprint and get it to you as soon as possible. Them sitting on their giant bags of money. Yes, good. Buy the inflated prices. Because right now, Journey Together comes out tomorrow because we're recording this on Thursday the 27th. And I'm seeing prices of $9 to $12 a booster pack, depending on the product you get, which for a regular set of Pokemon is absolutely abhorrent. I have no words. I understood I didn't understand it. I still was mad. Prismatic Evolutions being $12 a set or a booster pack makes sense because it was a special set, but the prices were supposed to be fixed by now. Yeah, so in the other Doomer side, we have Magic the Gathering where their booster boxes have decreased from 36 packs to 30 packs, and their price increased on the play box prices. So today, TCG Player had done a Magic the Gathering sale for $102.99 for the new set that's coming out on the 1st of April, and I believe it sold out in an hour and a half, because the next closest price of those boxes are $129.99, which is just nuts. So once again, welcome back. Star Wars Unlimited is the affordable game. Come join us. But don't start scalping my product, please. I don't like that.
That's nuts. I mean, so is this the first booster set that's coming out for Magic that went from that 36
Yes.
packs or 34 packs to 30?
Yes.
Did they even announce it? Like
Yes,
telling you,
they
hey,
did.
by the way,
No, we knew this was coming, but I'm just adding it to my list of complaints.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically they're saying, hey guys, we are going to decrease your products, increase the cost of it, and what's the explanation?
Hard times, bro.
Hard
Inflation.
time.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's the
So you mean
typical
LGSs
2025.
won't
Yeah.
get any product? What?
Bro, I mean, it's crazy. Another thing that we're not even going to get into because I don't want to go on a whole nother tangent. Flesh and Blood is having issues too. Like, everybody but us are having major supply issues. Except maybe Sorcery and Weiss. Dude, One Piece is so bad that I saw content creators who are talking about how they now collect proxies. They can't even find the real stuff. They collect proxies.
Oh my god, that's
Yes,
bad.
it's
Oh my
awful.
god.
But yeah, that's our intro topic. Any other open comments from the group? Because I have no words except it's gotten
I
worse.
just appreciate the conversation about this because for me, there's other TCGs out there, and I'm like, man, if I wanted to pick up another game, which would I pick? And then I know for me, I'm never going to go back to Magic because it's not because of anything except for that just the money sink of everything you could possibly get
Yeah.
yourself into.
Mhm.
The multiplayer format would be the only thing I would consider playing, and I think I played a Commander game like once, like not too long ago, for the first time in like decade, I feel like. But yeah, it's just if people can't afford to get into a game, or and I still think Magic's running out of ideas. I
I,
mean, I'm just seeing like they're going to. I mean, some of this seems pretty cool, like but then like we're going to be having a SpongeBob box. I
that
mean,
already came out and it's
I just
already
don't. I
through the
mean, it's
roof.
not. It's not that I don't think it's SpongeBob. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's like 7 cards. I think that they just reprinted
Yeah, but the
7
full
cards
commander
and then
deck is
just
like I
flash.
think it's like 200 if you want everything.
That's nuts.
That's nuts. Yeah, you can get a cunning right now for $16, and
My
cunning is probably one of the best cunning cards they've
Yeah.
released, and you just need one to play in
Right.
Twin Suns. So like, it's never been a better time to get into a singleton format that's just casual and for fun.
Yeah, my 3
Yep.
buys of the week. Luke Skywalker is down to 26. That's a buy.
Ooh, that's pretty
Millennium.
good.
Here's a weird one. So Millennium Falcon, the regular one, is up to 35. However, for $1 more, you can get the hyperspace one, which I know that we really don't know much about the SWU market, but arguably hyperspace is always more valuable unless it's a foil version. But my point is, buy my buys for the week. If you need a Luke Skywalker, it's a good time to buy. Poe's down to 25 as well. And the Millennium Falcon hyperspace is only 35. Those are my 3 buys of the week.
Get them now, kids.
Yeah, if you need them, it's not a bad time to get them. Vader also has come to a new low of 25. So if you need any of those are pretty good pickups this week. But that's our market
And they're going to be
information.
legal.
Yeah, they'll be legal
They're going to be legal
forever in
for
Twin
another year.
Suns and in.
And Twin Suns.
Are we
yeah.
calling it Eternal? What's our Ruben? What's the name where there's no rotation list? It's something like that.
Eternal.
Eternal.
That's what they're
Okay.
gonna call
Yeah.
for. But they announced that Twin Suns will never rotate, so no matter what cards is gonna always be whatever we
Oh
have.
yeah.
So we'll always be able to play the hotness, even if it's just one of them.
Very true. But yeah, those are my 3 like things I saw on TCG Player this week. But yeah. Let's get into something positive. I'm going to turn it over to Ruben for What's the Meme after the intro plays. Play the intro. You're good now, Ruben.
Yeah, so I came up with this last night when I was messing around with deck building, and I was looking at my cards, I was sleeving them up, and I was looking at Apology Accepted, the card, okay? Apology Accepted is a card that states it's cost 1 command and 1 villainy. It states defeat a friendly unit, you may give 2 experience tokens to a unit. It's like, So I was working with the Thrawn green deck, Thrawn, the new Thrawn that has the when defeated effect. You get to basically use it again. So I was like, I don't know where this came from, but it was kind of fun. I was like, okay, so the first thing you're going to do on this is you're going to play the new Krennic unit. It costs 2 to play. It is a villainy. It is a vigilance villainy card. Cost 2, comes out. It basically makes your first when defeated unit you play costs 1 less. Okay, cool. That's my turn 1 play. All right, I've got a turn 1 2/2 unit with a shield. Fantastic. All right, so on my second turn, you'll play Val, which is a unit that costs 2. It's 2 vigilance, but she's got a when defeated effect, so now she costs 1. So I have 3 resources now on turn 2. I pay 1. I play Apology. I play Val down, and then I'll play Apology Accepted, and then I target Val. I have only 1 unit on the field now, so my opponent has to target Krennic, and guess what? Krennic's got a shield, so he'll eat that damage. No problem. I don't have to worry about it. So he'll take the damage. Val will then be able to put the 2 experience points on Krennic, which now makes him a 4/4. Excuse me. The apology accepted will give him 2 experience units, which makes it a 4/4. Val will trigger will make it a 6/6, and then using Thrawn's win defeated effect will now make Krennic an 8/8 on turn 2. So
Wow.
Krennic is beefy, right? You got 1 resource left. What could you do with this resource? Why not use Grim Valor? Why? Because you'll make Krennic a win defeated a unit. Because if he's gonna go out, he's gonna go out with a bang. Because something's gonna happen to him. So I figured that this was kind of a fun card. Grim Valor basically is a upgrade that says attached unit gains when defeated. You may exhaust a unit because why not? Just in case something goes down, you'll be able to put some more win defeated effects on it. So basically, turn 2, you could swing for 8.
It's nuts.
That just seems a good time, and it's just something I came up with late last night. And I was like, wait a minute.
So 2 clarification
really happen?
questions that might make this even better.
Mhm.
The first one, since you kill it, you get to choose who gets the bounty, right?
No,
No.
the bounties. It literally states it on Val's card that the opponent gets to decide where the 3 damage.
Right, but which
goes.
opponent? If we're playing Twin Suns.
Well, so yes, I could pick the opponent. Yes. In this scenario, if we're playing Twin Suns, naturally, I get to pick the opponent because there's only one opponent.
Right.
Or
Okay, my
in
bad. This is more of a
Premier, yeah.
premier combo. Excuse me.
Well, it can't. Well, no, it could be if you have all those cards in your hand. This could be Premier or Twin Suns. Like this is a god hand for you if you're playing Twin Suns for it. But yes, it's definitely doable. Because again, I would only have 1 unit out, and the only target I have is Krennic, who's shielded, so it would work.
That makes sense. No, that's great. I love it.
So that's my crazy meme that came up with that late at night. I was like, oh, okay.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of myself too.
I like it.
I likes it.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, Grim Valor is just a fun card. It just doubles down. You get a bonus, like you get bonus attack and health, and you get to do a funny thing when they kill it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you killed my guy? Okay, well, your guy's dead. Your guy is not going to be used this turn anyway, so hope it was worth it.
All right. Well, thank you, Ruben, for that positive. Let's get back into the mud, boys. Let's get back into the danger zone, as it were. Cheating in TCGs is on the rise. Steve has informed us, and I had seen this before we had even talked on the pre-show. There was a big cheating scandal in Magic this week. Was it this week or last week, Steve? I'm sorry.
I believe it was last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Do you want to give us the TLDR?
Yeah, MTG Goldfish, Saffron Olive, he put a video out, it was like 3 days ago, about cheating in Magic. And all TCGs have the same problem. You know, you always have your tryhards, you always have your people that are going to do everything that they can to win. They you know, their entire self-worth is built on winning this card game that we're supposed to be playing for fun. But this gentleman by the name of Connor Pattinson was playing in a feature match, like a feature match on camera, being streamed to God knows how many people. This guy was in game, I think he was in game 2 because he had sideboarded, and had a sideboarded card in his lap, and on camera you can see it just chilling right in his lap. And at one point in the game, he leans back and he swaps a land that we knew was in his hand. A land in Magic is basically just a card that you have to use as a resource. And he swaps it. He swaps it with the sideboarded card, and then leans back forward, and he starts shuffling his hand, and you can clearly see that he no longer has that land in his hand. He has the cheated card. Now, everyone saw it. It wasn't even like a good cheat. It was kind of a lazy cheat. But it just shows you how comfortable some of these people get with cheating. You know, that's not his first time. You know, he just got so comfortable with it that he just has to do it now all the time. And funny enough, even the commentators noticed it. Like everyone saw it. He did get banned from the tournament, but not for that. He got banned because his deck list showed that he had had 1 plane in his deck, and on camera he had 2 planes in play. So God knows how many mistakes or errors were made. You know what I mean? Like how many shady things he was doing. If that's what got him, like Texas got Capone, Two Planes got this guy, but it's just one example of this. Just I mean, we're gonna get it in SWU. We got it in Magic. I know we got it in Pokemon. Like
Oh yeah.
it's not an uncommon thing. It's just a shame.
Do you guys think these people feel shame? Like, I mean this in both a like, I'm talking
No,
crap, and I'm also like legitimately wondering. Do you guys think they feel shame, or do you think they feel shame they got caught?
they got caught.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, if you're gonna blatantly cheat and not see, the thing that blows my mind is, okay, you're gonna cheat. You're on camera.
That's
Like,
wild.
hey guys, they let you know, hey, by the way, this is a feature match. You will be on camera. Are you okay with it? They will ask you permission first.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yes, I'm okay with this. Yes, I'm okay with this because I'm gonna cheat on camera and everyone's gonna see me, and I hope that they will forgive me eventually one day. I don't know. I just think it just blows my mind. I know that people will cheat. I get it. It's just, especially when there is money involved, when there's prize support involved, people are gonna
Yeah.
do whatever they can to get that edge. And I think one day I was just going down the rabbit hole of all the people that got busted in Magic for cheating. Like, those videos like, oh, see this guy doing this and getting caught. And then I've seen where people, like, after they get caught, they write this long tangent post like, hey, I'm sorry did this. I was having one of these days. And it was like, wow. So, just talking about it, TCGs in general, Magic is the biggest spotlight because it is, one of the biggest games out there. And then it just blows my mind. Like, I know this guy must have cheated as he was working his way to the to this to the feature match here, and then
Yeah.
he got busted because he was cheating on camera. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. It just blows my mind. It's like, bro, wow.
What is it?
Yeah.
Boldness and stupidity are often confused. Is that what the quote is?
Well, I mean, he cheated his way to get to there. Like, we don't know how many times he cheated on his way there, right?
Oh my,
But then, like,
true.
okay, I got to the feature match. I'm doing really good. What if I can't help myself? I don't know. I know there's a camera watching me, but I can't help myself. I don't.
Like
I just am
these kind of
stunned.
things are they're great to watch because you can get to see like there's things that you should watch your opponent do. Like obviously your opponent should never
Right.
be shuffling their deck with their cards face up. I've seen that one before where they're clearly looking at the bottom card of their
Oh, that's
library, deciding
scummy.
whether or not they want to slip it on top or not. You know what I mean? Like you should always cut your opponent's deck if it's a competitive
Yep.
environment. 100% of the time, there's no reason you should not do it.
True.
Like there's things you can watch, and a lot of times these people are so well practiced. Obviously not in this guy's case, he was awful at it, but like some of these guys are really good, at like slipping a card into the top of their deck, or you know what I mean, like having one up the sleeve. Like some of these people are almost like magicians, with the
Yeah,
way that they're able to
and the
influence the
thing you
deck.
notice too is that what they do is they also try to, like, watch their hands, but watch what they're doing with their, how they're talking, and they're like, hey, looking at this,
Mm.
or just doing a lot of hand movements just to kind of uh, um take their the focus off of what they're doing with their hands too. It's like they can shuffle their cards, but they're like, oh yeah, and then just talking to your opponent, and they're feeling relaxed and they're having a good time. The
Hmm.
guy could be pretty nice or whatever, but it's just like, yeah, it's super important, like kind of what Steve said. You just have to, especially in competitive tier. Like, we're playing casual. I'm not gonna. I don't. Yes, I always tend to cut. 97% of the time, I will cut you in casual, even if it's not. But competitive, it's like you have to think differently. It's like, okay, you have to cut your opponent's deck because you don't know. Who knows what they're doing? And if you feel a certain way and you feel like someone is doing something, call over a judge. It's like, hey, something seems fishy about this. What's going on? Don't be afraid to call a judge over, especially if you're playing competitive.
And don't be
But
afraid to call
yeah,
multiple judges if you get hurt in a thing like our friend Steve. If you have to call
yeah,
multiple judges, sometimes that's a good thing. And I'm not calling Steve out, I'm just saying I will never forgive that judge for what he did to you.
Uh, uh, yeah, that was rough. Uh,
Steve should have
I mean,
placed in the
yeah,
PQ. Like he should
yeah,
have. It's as simple as that.
in fairness to the judge, I felt like he felt really bad about the call, and,
Well, that's a
and he
little
did
better.
try to make it up to me. So I forgive him. You know, mistakes happen. It sucks. I wish I could have made the top 8, but is what it is. I'll get him next time.
Well, you see, Steve's a better
Yeah.
person than me, so I'm gonna hold the grudge for Steve. So don't worry.
Thanks, man.
So, but just
Yeah, do
cheating in
the
general, right?
It
So,
happened in
like,
Pokemon at the Worlds in Hawaii last year. I'm sorry for interrupting, Ruben. I just wanted to say that real quick.
no, you're good.
I think what he was doing, and feel free to correct me in the comments, he had somehow it's a similar thing with the lap thing, but in Pokemon, as you guys may or may not know, the goal is there's like 6 cards on the side of your board called prize cards, and your goal is to get those 6 cards, and that's how you win the game. You get 1 per knocking out your opponent's Pokemon, or like it depends on the point system. It's not a big deal. My point is somehow he slipped one of those prize cards because it's from your deck. Like it's 6 cards randomly from your deck, so it can't hurt or help you. So he slipped that prize card into his lap and swapped it out for a bad card he didn't need. And he also did that on camera. People are just dumb. Or they're just bold. I'm not sure. But hopefully we won't see it in Star Wars. But I mean, unfortunately, at some point we will be having a weekly episode where we're talking about the incident.
It's a good thing about
Yeah.
Star Wars. Oh, I'm sorry, Ruben. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought. I'm on the same wavelength. Go ahead.
I think so. Yeah, I was going to say, the good thing about Star Wars is at least they support a judge program. Wizards of the Coast apparently just gave up supporting a judge program altogether, and now just left us to fend for ourselves. Yeah, there's no ban list no more. Like all the cheaters that were banned for life are I mean, seemingly just gone. Like they can just play anytime they want. Like we're just left in the cold. Not sure what the thought process there was, if there was
Yeah,
one.
I mean, we we did have it's not really along the line of cheating, but just the way rules are, right? We want to make sure, like I know one thing that, being part of the judge program for FFG, um when you play this game, is a lot of it is emphasizing of what are the interactions, what's the intent, because sometimes people will do things with, oh, I didn't, maintaining the board state, like, okay, if you're doing something, you're not cheating, you're just, oh, I missed a trigger. How many times have we missed triggers when we
So
play
many
games?
times.
We do
For
it,
me, it's
it
once a week.
happens all the time. I mean, yeah. So it's kind of one of those things where, you know, the way right now we have sector qualifiers coming up, right?
Mhm.
So this will put a spotlight. Like I don't even know, like who's going to be, if they're going to be like streaming some of these matches. People will start seeing this stuff. The content is going to be out there. The higher the stakes of a tournament, the likelihood of cheating will increase for some of those folks who enjoy this for some reason. So it's kind of be one of those things where if you're going to be in these competitive tournaments or whatever, it's your due diligence to have the rules down of what's going on. And if you don't understand a rule or something, that's where you call the judge over.
Mhm.
Cheating kind of gets, whoever starts to cheat will start. We're going to try to circumvent that. So as a player, if you're going to see something that doesn't seem right, just call a judge over, because getting a spotlight on someone who is potentially cheating or is trying to get away with something shady because they're like, oh, you didn't see it, that will curb it for most of the part. Especially because if they get busted on it, they're going to get, I mean, they'll get banned, they'll get suspended or whatever, because they're making a big deal about that for cheating and SWU. And I really hope that the judge program that we have for, I mean, it's just a solid, the way they're doing the program is really solid. So I'm really excited about that. So again, for cheating, just keep an eye on your opponent, watch what they do, try, again, people, 95% of the time people are going to do stuff that is just without ill intent, but there's that 5% that might just be like, oh, I'm gonna try to get away with it because this person doesn't seem to be paying attention or he's not looking. I'm gonna try to swipe a card in here when they're not looking. So just be vigilant, and if you feel like somebody's cheating, just call a judge over and say, hey, I just noticed this, you know. But yeah, it's a big deal, and I really, really don't want to. I hope, which it may happen down the road, but just someone getting, cheating and SWU on camera is just going to be such a black eye for the game, and we don't want that, especially with Magic getting all the black eyes from all their cheating that they're doing.
Yeah, I
One
wholeheartedly
thing I like
agree.
to do is whenever life totals change at all, I like to announce it. That way it just keeps things on the same
Yeah,
page.
smart.
Like, okay,
Right.
17.
Announce what you're
saying them out
doing
loud.
too. Yep.
Exactly. Yep.
I know we've seen an overall increase in Twin Suns content and people just talking about it lately because of just the fact that JTL is supporting it so hard, and I can't but help to say that the mat is so cool that I think that helped.
Hmm.
The four-person mat is. Am I gonna say? You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give FFG credit. Everybody knows I'm always salty and complainy. Dude, it's the greatest accessory for any trading card game I've ever owned. The four-person mat. It's phenomenal. Like it perfectly fits on my coffee table, and I can construct multiple decks at a time. It's awesome. And playing, obviously, for playing, it's also really cool.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's incredible.
It's one of those things where when, speaking of the content, that we're seeing is just people are, this is the set that FFG was like, guess what, guys? We're gonna really showcase what Twin Suns is gonna be about. We're gonna release a play mat that's super solid looking. It's cool. We're gonna increase the card limit. People are gonna be like, oh my gosh, we can do 80 cards now. This is where people are starting to get involved with it more. And I've seen just me, Facebook and seeing folks talking about Twin Suns more. Like, hey, is there any Twin Suns content out there? Or hey, we're releasing this. We're a bunch of guys. We're playing some Twin Suns. Come watch us play. And I've seen a lot more of that recently with JTL than it was before. So it's kind of nice to see other people talking about what we're doing for Twin Suns in general. The game is so much fun. Whenever you watch any content of Twin Suns, everyone is laughing. Everyone is having
Yeah.
a good time because one, it's casual. Two, you're not taking it seriously. And then boom, this is great meme content, right? When you start doing stuff that like, oh, I just got away with this because of all these cool little cards that came in together that I just had one of these cards in my deck and I could do this fun thing. It's just a lot of fun with seeing people talk about it and seeing some Reddit posts that I've seen where just like, oh, there's more Twin Suns content and they're excited about it because people really want to learn more about this game and the fact that we are not premiere based for Star Wars, but we are the multiplayer audience. And seeing people getting excited about this and trying to, digest all of the Twin Suns content out there is really exciting to see it also for the life of the game because we know, and this is just a clap back at Magic the Gathering, Commander is their most popular format now,
Mm-hmm.
which is the multiplayer format because you can plug in one card that you want in there and it's great. You don't have to worry about having four of a certain card for Magic. So just seeing everyone's content out there for different um stuff out there. It's just really exciting to see.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my signature line at this point is "I'm gonna lose, but this is funny."
Right.
Like, I don't care. Most of the time, I don't care about winning Twin Suns unless like I'm really in the lead, and then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna dedicate to winning. But for the most part, it's like I'm gonna do what's the funniest thing or what will make the table have a good time.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah,
What is it? The Bucketheads podcast? They have the Open Fire Twin Suns
yeah.
gameplay.
I enjoy watching
That's like
that.
something to aspire to. That's like game nights level quality.
Yeah, they do a
Yeah,
great job.
Uh,
it's really yeah, that's I think where they're just sitting around there playing Twin Suns, right? And they're just on
yeah,
camera. Yeah, it's really cool. Especially when they're, again, what are they doing? They're laughing. They're having a great time. And that's what
exactly.
it
Yeah,
is. You're just having fun. Don't take it too seriously. Just have a good
don't
time.
cheat.
And don't cheat, kids. Don't cheat, kids.
If you're
That's the
cheating in Twin Suns, like, just get some help, bro.
Shit.
Like
I mean,
that's make
like
friends. Like I'm
you're
gonna tell
sitting
you
down with
that
all your
much.
buddies, like, let's get a beer, have some fun, and I've just got this Darth Vader in my lap. Like, what are you doing? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
right. Exactly. I mean, exactly. Like Cole, you said, if you're cheating in Twin Suns, most times people who are playing Twin Suns they're hanging around with their buddies that are like, "Hey guys, let's do this and have a fun time playing." If you're cheating with your friends. Like it's like if you're the person who just got you see that your buddy Chief's like, bro, what are you doing, man? We're supposed to be
Literally.
having a good time. It's like, well, guess who's not gonna be invited to the next Twin Suns game? That guy.
Dude, imagine being so whack you're uninvited to the Twin Sun sesh. That's a new low. Any thoughts, Chris, on cheating?
I mean, it's wrong, it's bad, but I mean, I guess just some people just can't help themselves. I don't think that I definitely don't think that people feel bad about it.
Yeah.
I agree. It's they only feel bad or pretend to feel bad after they get caught.
Well, I think we've spent enough time talking about those bozos. But yeah, Twin Suns content has increased. We're excited to see it. We're trying to work on some things to get you guys more content and higher quality stuff. Don't worry. Sometime this week we are going to be recording the tier 4 set, or the set 4 tier list leaders. Excuse me. So that will be coming soon. We have some other ideas we're cooking up. Don't worry. You know us. We're always working hard in the background. But let's go on to the Deck Tech Spotlight. As you guys know, we're going to do these every other week now, so next week I'll do another market report. But this week I made a deck called Oops, All Transports. So I had this thought when I pulled my Rio showcase, just because I kind of want to build this IRL now that I have a showcase around that. So you're going to be playing Rio and Boba Fett with a blue base, so you can get as many transports as you can with the villain combo. You're going to be getting 34 transports to work with. Everything from a 2 to a 7 cost. So you got small guys, you got big guys, you got lots of options. Have a couple with Smuggle, which is cool. I always love Smuggle just because it gives you more options for resourcing in Twin Suns. One thing I did think about was I had considered using Colossus base, but I've found that in Twin Suns it's a lot less fun. The health is worth it, but it's easier to burn yourself out and brick. Another thing that I've added is I added a bunch of upgrades and pilots because one card I'm running because I think it's a really fun card that just hasn't seen a lot of use yet just because it's so expensive is Nebula Ignition, which is a 9-cost legendary, which is defeat each unit that isn't upgraded. So if you're playing against like an old school Twin Suns deck or somebody who's not running pilots or anything, that could be a huge board clear for you because it's one of those conditional board clears. So like I said, you're going to be running a lot of shuttles, transports. A lot of them are called shuttles. So your goal really is to just chuck a lot of small transports out, like the Rampart, because it's not a threat until it has a 4 power. You've got the Silver Angel in case you can do some healing on it. You've got things like the Droid Missile Platform for when defeated. And then on the bigger sides, one card that I saw got used on me this week that was really cool that made me appreciate it is the Krennic Shuttle, Shuttle ST-149. And the reason that it's really cool is I didn't understand the when played, when defeated when it said you may take a control of a token upgrade on a unit. I thought that meant something like Nameless Valor, stuff like that. No. That means experiences or shields or anything like that. So that's really cool. So playing that, you could if you're playing against like a Leia deck or somebody like a Lando deck, you're able to steal those upgrades. So that's kind of fun. We've got the Mandalorian pilot, which if you're late game, you can use it as a unit for 7, and you can exhaust 2 ground units, or you could play it for as cheap as 2 and exhaust a space or ground unit when you put it into a vehicle. Another couple things that I really like are we have a lot of pilots, like I said, so you're able to add things. We're running Admiral Modi just because, it's fun to ready units. We've got the Disgusting DJ combo because why not? What else is some of the fun? Punishing One is really good. Punishing One was already good, but now that there are so many upgraded units, that's even better. Another fun one is the Survivor's Gauntlet, the Mandalorian transport. When played and on attack, you may attach an upgrade to a unit to another eligible unit controlled by the same player, which now it makes a lot more sense now that we have pilots and stuff like that. So you can just swip swap whenever you're playing it or attacking, which is fun. And I mentioned the Nebula Ignition. That's a really fun card. We have In Debt to Crimson Dawn because I think it's a more powerful Frozen and Carbonite because you're making your opponent burn through resources. And then one final fun card is the Super Heavy Ion Cannon because you can attach it to transports. And you're going to get the on attack. You get +3 health for 2. And you get on attack, you may exhaust a non-leader unit that the defending player controls. And if you do, you may deal indirect damage equal to its power to that player, which is absolutely nuts. But yeah, oops, all transports. So then your goal is to kind of just deploy Boba and Rio onto transports and just have giant things that hit like a truck.
Nice. And when does Rio flip?
5. He's quick.
Yeah.
And then
That's
Boba's
a big
like
deal.
medium. He's 6, so he's not quick, but he's
Yeah.
coming.
Yep.
I will say that if you frozen and carbonite a unit of mine, I'm going to be pretty pissed. But if you in debt to Crimson Dawn it, I mean I'm not going to be happy, but I'm probably going to smile like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like it's not lost to me. It's not completely gone. So I can see how
I'll
that
get it
it's not
back.
as bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and the one
Yeah.
other thing that we're running is the Corrigan turn, which lets you ready a fighter or transport unit with 6 or less power. Just fun to keep hitting. But yeah, this was Oops All Transports. This was my first attempt at a JTL deck, and I think it came out pretty fun.
Dude, I can't wait to play against it.
I'm curious to see how it goes. It's either going to be a lot of fun or I'm going to brick myself immediately.
Oops, all transports. That's all you can
Oops.
say. Shrug. Do the shrug. Do the meme. Oops, all
did the meme.
transports.
Any thoughts, Chris?
The cover of the next video.
Oh, that should be the cover. That would be funny.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say this is more of a casual deck. Not that you want to win, but that you're creating a theme deck, which is kind of like what my typical decks are. And the weaknesses are obviously if everybody else is playing ground units and they're just rushing you, like that's I guess that's a weakness to be considered. And then also, like I said, there's so many upgrades and stuff that if you're not able to keep transports out, you may have a harder time making the deck work. But overall, I think it'd be fun.
I don't think that's necessary. I don't know. It's not necessarily a weakness. I think then it becomes a race.
Yeah, this is true. And I would say it's relatively beginner friendly. Like it's pretty easy to pilot from what I've experienced. I've played it once. But yeah, that's our deck tech spotlight of the week. And now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for bearing with us. We're on to our final game. The reason you all come here. Name that card. Play the intro.
What's that card?
Mr. Aruben, I believe you are the master of ceremonies.
Yeah. Is this the first week we can do JTL? Have we?
I
decided
will
on that
allow
yet?
it.
I think we've had enough time.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not confident that I'm going to be right, but I will allow it.
All right. Okay, I am ready.
Only one way to get better with
Let's
practice.
go. Let's
Yeah.
see. I'm gonna go with Chris first, Cole, and then Steve.
Wondrous.
Are you gonna make me ask if this is a JTL card?
Is that your first question?
Okay, if I have to ask the
That's what
question,
yeah.
I will ask it. Is this a JTL card?
No.
Why didn't you ask what set it was? I'm
Got
over
one
here
question out of the
screaming.
way. This is a control method.
Well, I know you, Ruben. But you know what? I had better ask. What are the aspects of this card? So like the the colors, my lord.
All right. What's the question? You said aspects.
Yeah, so the colors.
Aggression.
Straight aggression.
Super.
Okay.
Ooh, super aggression. Uh,
So does that mean it's double red or no?
No.
Okay.
It's
what is
aggression.
the card type of this card?
Nice.
It is an event.
Okay.
Round 2. Fight. Chris, you're up.
I was thinking. You said that this is not double red, that it is just red. Is there a villainy or a heroism aspect attached to this?
No.
Another big old swing and a miss from Chris. Sorry.
Ooh.
Okay, so we've got that it's an event and it's red. Ruben, what's the cost of this card?
12.
Oh,
I know what it is. Okay,
oh,
great. I just screwed myself.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Yep.
Well, that
Watch
helps.
me get it wrong. Is it planetary assault?
No.
Oh well.
You're out of the game, Steve. Chris, third round. Last question.
Is it planetary invasion?
Ding 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 ding. Chris wins it.
Oh.
I know I chose a card that is when someone asked for the cost, it's like, ooh, that's gonna pretty much give it away. But yes, it is planetary invasion. 12 cost, exploit 3, ready up to 3 units. Each of those units gets +1/+0 and gains overwhelm for this phase. And it is a legendary card.
Card should be better
From
than it
Twilight.
is. It really should be. Like, it was the first legendary I pulled from our first pre-release for Twilight, and I thought it was going to be a thing. And then, I don't think we've seen it do anything in Premiere. I guess you
It's
could make
like
it
you
work.
gotta
in Twin
sack your whole
Souls.
board to make it
Yeah.
good.
For what, a +3
And then
and
you
Bring
go
out
overwhelm?
those
Like, that's not
bring
great.
out the Roger Rogers. Bring out the Roger Rogers.
Yeah, but even then, like,
I know.
I don't know.
Having a board state
I don't
with
want to sack
yeah.
nobody if I'm boosting everybody.
Yeah, but also if you're playing red, you're not often gonna have a board. We're getting into semantics. Either way, Chris, you will be picking next week's card. Thank
Congrats,
you.
man.
Yeah, congratulations, Chris. Thank you, Ruben, for being the master of ceremonies. All right. Well, as always, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Let us know what you think below. Don't forget. Well, actually, this video comes out. Wait. Yes. So this video will be posted on 3/31. Tonight is the last night to go into the giveaway and put a comment. I will be picking the winner on 4/1 and making a community post.
Yay.
I
April
believe that is
Fools.
episode 11, but I will make one more post this weekend about it. But yeah, as a reminder, there's some really cool prizes. Definitely check that out. As always, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. Tell your pets you love them, and hang out with your family. All right. Bye-bye now.